we can jump into the weeklies.
I appreciate it. Yeah, let's move on to Raw. Just a quick overview for me. I feel like Raw is just it's just not hitting for me personally. Now I'll tune in from here and there or watch some highlights. But Raw as an overall product to me is not hitting as I would say it's not hitting as well as SmackDown. Um, it's hitting. Storylines are, okay. There's probably one or two that I'm probably like really interested in, and that's pretty much right now it's just the Seth and the Bronson
Brunson,
Reed.
right? Mm.
That's pretty much it. This whole and I guess right now, being that they're gearing up for Crown Jewel, I don't care about what Gunther's doing with Cody. I don't care about that. So, but yeah,
Kind
let's
of
let's
fuck
go
with it.
ahead. Let's go ahead and break it down.
Hmm.
Let's see. We got Rhea Ripley and the whole Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez thing. But I think again with their tie-in with trying to, set everything up for Crown Jewel, we have Tiffany Stratton that's pulling up, um, you know, showing her face on Raw, try to get that um promotional thing, so that or inter show, whatever they call it now. That was pretty good. It was decent, I guess. Let's see how y'all feel about that. I don't want to go down
Yeah,
all the
I mean,
way from there.
I actually really like it because again, I think we often forget because people are on a particular show when you have the briefcase that you don't need to cash in on the person from your show.
Mm.
So now I'm like, during this Crown Jewel Championship bullshit, does she cash in and go beat Liv and not only become the world champion, but also become the Crown Jewel champion? And then that way,
Oh
she never
wow.
screwed Nia over. Like she stopped Nia from winning that match, but Nia didn't lose her belt. And that gets her away from Nia because now she'll be on Raw. Two birds, one stone.
Hire that man. I heard they hire that man. But that's pretty
So
good.
I like that the fact that she even like is flirting with the idea on Raw and she like pulling up to Raw. And I think again it makes her a bigger star. Like it's good to see her on both shows. We just
Mm.
amplifying Tiffany Stratton is Trish Stratus and fucking Charlotte Flair put into one person. So like we about to get some crazy shit out of her.
Mm.
Oh shit. My fault. I I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I think Nia was the one that brought it up. Like was like on her back. Like you better go for Tiffany. I don't know if you remember that show. Was it last week she did it, or was it the week
Oh, she
before?
was saying go for Liv. Yeah, she was saying go for
Yeah, you put
Liv.
it in the
Yeah,
headline. Like
last week. Yeah.
yeah. So I think that was an awesome idea. But I also want them to kind of play on it. Like, so what that means for you, but for her and Nia, like, are you going to eventually kind of knock heads a little bit? Like, 'cause she kind of bullying you low key. So I kind of want to
Mm.
see how that how that scenario plays out between them both. But the Raw show was kind of mid. You could tell they're just doing a lot more stuff going towards Crown Jewel. I did like seeing how Jimmy pulled up though. Jimmy
Oh
pulled up
yeah,
for Jay. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Hmm.
I like that. So now you seeing the bloodline shit starting to come back across the pond to the Raw stuff, which to me that was one of the only highlights of Monday Night Raw, to be honest. So
Oh, you
the
think so?
Hmm.
I
yeah, what
thought
else
like
happened?
I definitely thought it was lackluster, but I think they was building. Like I think
Hmm.
the Rhea shit. I also like that Raquel Rodriguez is kind of getting back into the fold and getting shine. Um, Lash and Jericho was on Raw. I ain't
Yeah,
never
that
gonna be
was
mad
good.
at that. You feel
That
me?
was
And I
good.
was like,
That
that
was
was gonna be
good.
the next thing
That
I
was
was
And
talking
good.
about was
then
Yeah,
that set up
that was good.
and that set up them being on SmackDown.
I like
Boom.
the beef. Pause. I like the beef that they setting up between. That was crazy, but like
Yeah. That was crazy. That was insane, boy. What? Hold
Check
on.
that shit out.
Wow. Kavasi.
Erase that. But come on,
Wow.
Sang. I know I was talking about the
I
premise.
don't. I had, bro. I was lost.
Oh wow! All
What?
right, say less. Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up around. Don't fuck up around me.
Wow,
Please
that was
don't.
Yeah.
that was crazy. And
Yeah. My
You have
eyes
to
watering.
don't mess
like
up
you were
around me.
saying,
You about
sir,
to delete this whole episode. The way I'm
like
about
you
to
were
blow that
saying,
shit up.
sir.
I got you. Say
Yeah.
less. Oh, say less.
Oh man. Oh shit.
As I was saying,
Yeah.
as I was saying,
Before
I like the way how they're setting up the Bianca and Jade saga between or rivalry between Lash, what's her
Jerica.
name, Lash
Jerica.
and Jericho. Yes, I
Mm.
like that. You have four black women, four black, strong, powerful women. Three of them are powerhouses. One of them is more, how can I say, acrobatic. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
More of
Who you
a
talking about? Jerica?
Jericho.
She kind of ripped too, though. She
I'm
cut
saying
up
as
a
a
little bit.
power.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in terms of the style. Like,
Yeah.
so like three of them are already like real powerhouses. They put you through tables and shit. One of them is more of a acrobatic, maybe slight high flyer mixture of a little bit. So I like
mm,
the way how they're setting that up. I just hope they like take the time and build that storyline and make it a real storyline. Let's stop. I understand y'all doing some of the throwbacks with the how can I say the interviewing in the backstage and then the other two pull up. Like make it a storyline. Like let's see them pulling up on each other's shows. Somebody screw somebody over, like something. Let's make it a real storyline. Like build on it. Give us something like we want more than just because if you notice, there's probably only one major storyline in the women's division on each
yeah,
show.
the
Nah.
You got the you got
Nah.
the you got the Jax and the Tiffany Stratton. Boom. Then on Raw, you got the Rhea and uh
Live.
Liv. What else?
You got everything that's happened with the tag team titles, which is going across all three shows.
But that's not a real like this. I'm talking about in terms of a real storyline, like a build up. There's not a real build up for me. It's just like okay, you're just gonna go through the gauntlet, try to win a championship. It's not a like I'm talking about an actual
You
storyline.
talking about long term.
Yeah,
There's no long term stories.
it's one each on each show for the women's division.
yeah, that's valid. And it's funny you say that. So, because then on Raw, they did have a title match. Jada and Bianca went against Damage Control, and like you said, you wanted that whole that dynamic of their storyline. Um, Lash and Jericho were there, and they actually interfered a little bit, or kind of distracted Damage Control to help you know Bianca and Jay keep their titles and win that match. So
Hmm.
that was that thing that you're looking for. So that was kind of
Hmm.
dope. I thought that match
That's
was
the
pretty
start of it.
good. Yeah, I feel like that match was pretty good. Actually, again, I've always been a fan of Io and Kyrie Sane. Like
Hmm.
they cook each and every time. So seeing them get their match was pretty good. Um, but yeah, like you said, uh, because Jericho and Lash interfered, and then again, like you said, it's been across all three shows that they've kind of been hinting at it. We're going to get something dope. I think the result of that is going to be pretty dope. But yeah, all right. Drew, you got anything to comment on?
Nah, not on that. I was gonna say it's dope to see the War Raiders back instead of
Mm,
the Viking experience or the Viking all the other bullshits that Vince was calling them motherfuckers. Let's take them back to what they was in NXT when the motherfuckers was dead nice. I saw
mm,
them like my first televised WWE shit was NXT Takeover
mm.
in New York right before WrestleMania 35, and I saw them wrestle Aleister Black and Ricochet. them two big motherfuckers and them two high flying, that shit was the craziest shit I ever seen in my life. That was really like Styles make fights. And then you
Hmm.
forget that Ivar, like the fattest dude on it, he be doing high
Doing
flying
moves
shit.
like
Yeah,
moonsaults and springboard shit is crazy. Yeah, he be
yeah.
wilding. He be bugging.
So it's good to see them back. Like they should probably end up with those tag team titles. Just they're just a good tag team
Yeah,
at this
I could
point.
see them
Like,
beating Judgment Day.
yeah.
Now about that, do
I
you
forgot
think
them. I forgot they had the belt. I ain't
you
gonna hold
know
you.
you know what's crazy? I like the little promo that they did with who's the Raw GM? I keep on forgetting his name. Um,
Adam Pierce.
there we go, Adam Pierce. Thank you. Where Finn was like, all right, so when I'm gonna get my rematch against Damian, he's like, nah, fuck all that. I'm doing a whole thing for your tag team belts because you do have the belts. You have your obligation of having the belts. You're not going to keep
Mm.
doing other shit other than defending the belt. So I think that was pretty dope. And I do hope that the War Raiders are in that fold in that tournament whenever. Um, I got a question for y'all. I don't think y'all really care about it, but do you ever since Chad left the whole Alpha Academy thing, do you think that they should just break up completely? Because I feel like Otis and Tozawa are not. Why do they keep them? And again, I feel like they went down to like squash matches, like squash match material. Like, oh,
Hmm.
we just gonna beat, especially Tozawa. Tozawa's always. I feel like that's his bag. He's just a small nigga that's going to get fucked up each and every time.
Hmm.
So, um,
Yeah, I
yeah,
ain't gonna lie. All I could think about is when Otis won the Money in the Bank. Like what kind of crack was they smoking when they was like, yeah, that's the move, that's the play. We're gonna give him the Money in the Bank. Like, I think he's a funny character, but like I don't think he's like compelling like that. I don't
mm,
know. Chad Gable shouldn't have been with them in the first place.
mm,
I think
okay,
Triple H has got Chad Gable going in the right direction. He'll figure out some shit to do with them, or like, and I'm not saying I'm like wishing this on nobody because like everybody got livelihoods, people they got to take it, or release them motherfuckers, let them go on the indies, let them go to AEW, figure out what works for them. Like if you
right,
ain't got no work for them, let them go do something else.
facts. I agree. Um, yeah, 'cause I just feel like it's getting stale. I mean, it was interesting at first when Chad was leaving Alpha Academy, had the Alpha American Alpha or whatever they call them themselves
American
now.
Made or some shit.
American made, yeah, like that was interesting for that small period of time, but then that was it. Um, so what do you guys think about again to HB's request and like what he likes? They did another Braun Breaker did another, video package explaining why, he's not really done with Jey Uso as far as the Intercontinental Championship. How y'all feel about that? So again, feel like they're cooking with these video package,
Hmm.
especially with and Braun. I think Braun is you know he's fire. I'm sorry, he's like you said, he's like the modern day Goldberg, which is better. Um,
Hmm.
so I think they're killing it with these video packages and all that stuff. How y'all feel about that? If you have anything on that,
I feel like the video packages are cool. The only problem I have with it is you could tell they're rushing. They're throwing them shits in to fill in for the time on TV.
Mm.
And that's the only thing I don't like. And it's like, yo, at this point, I need to really find a way to get back to the 3 hours. Your show just works better with the
It
3 hours.
can.
Like they gotta figure that shit out. But the video packages are fire. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
saying? I like those vignettes. I like that they're going back to that. Those always been a I think those always been a big thing for us growing up. So I
But
like
he
that they're
did it
going
right.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker's fire, man. They just have to him and Jay in a long term feud is good. But I could already tell where it's gonna go because the bloodline shit is coming back around. So
Right.
it's like that's the only way. I hope they surprise me. Please surprise me. You know what I'm saying? But he to me, he don't really need a title right now. They could have took their time, continue to build him up, have him feud with these guys. But I don't think he needs a title right now. I feel like Jay, especially with the bloodline shit, he's selling, he's going crazy. Keep him with the belt, put him in some other intertwining storylines outside of the bloodline, which they did with Braun Breaker. You know what I'm saying? Like put him in these,
Hmm.
and he's doing well. So I don't think Braun necessarily needs the belt right now, but I will keep building him up and kind of build him either in the Brock Lesnar Goldberg trajectory as that kind of a killer. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So like a year from now or a year and a half from now, when this whole shit is over, he's already has that cachet where you can throw him in some big storylines and sell him over the top. That's what I would do with it.
Hmm. Yeah, I
I
mean,
got you.
I I think they in a good spot. I think the Braun Breaker is like this is my very, very early prediction. He's like Royal Rumble 26 winner.
Mm.
Like
Mm,
not 25 winner. I think this match moving pieces towards 20, which I love because we don't really know who's gonna win or what that even means for the person who wins
right.
Royal Rumble coming up. But like could he win Money in the Bank? Yeah. Could he win like that Clash of the Castle type shit? Oh, what was it? King of the Ring? Could he win that and then get an opportunity? Cool. I think it would be better if he won a Royal Rumble and like maybe like middle of the pack, like 15 to 20, comes in, dominates, wins the match, and
Right.
then he picks a solid champion that's gonna like help him go to the moon. But use
Right.
this time from now until that January to get him to where he at. And like you said about Jay, I mean Jay in a good spot. He in a good spot. He just gotta keep cooking. Yeah, just gotta
Yeah.
keep cooking. That's all. It's all about the consistency.
Yeah, we got to talk about that too.
Yeah. And we will once I feel like
Okay.
it's probably more for the
SmackDown
next
shit.
show. Yeah.
Hmm.
But let me let's because again we all agree that Raw was just mid. So what else happened was we got Cody and Gunther, do their whole promo for Crown Jewel. Again, you know how I feel about it. I don't really care about that shit. Um, I really don't care. I think it
I think it's gonna be
reminds
a
me of
good
like
match.
I don't doubt it's going to be a good match. I just think that I know they got to promote it. I just don't think that it doesn't mean anything to me. That whole
Mm.
crown jewel belt don't really mean anything. It's like, oh yes, I'll be this champion and the crown jewel champion. And who's going to fight me next year for the belt that's only going to get defended once a year?
Well, I don't think they get to keep the belt. I think that whoever is champion next year, when they get the crown jewel, those two champ. So they used to do it at Survivor Series,
Mm,
the champion versus champion. So I think that's what's gonna end up happening.
okay.
So it's kind of like
Uh,
you NBA champion, and then next season, like you gotta make it to the finals to even defend your
to come
title.
back and do that. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Hmm.
All right. And then the last thing I got is probably which we talked about last episode is with this whole Xavier Woods turning heel type shit. Um which again, it was a squash match between Kofi Kingston and Brock. I feel like it was a squash match between Kofi Kingston and Braun Breaker and Jay Uso coming on at the end and so that whole shit. But again, like we said last episode, it's like, yo, let's get that shit over. Like, let's get moving. Besides that, I
Mm.
mean, let's see what else happened. We have R-Truth and Miz, which if anything, it just furthers the moves along that storyline with Karrion Cross and Miz
I'm
turning heel.
great. I'm
Got you.
nothing. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, why is this shit even on? You know when you was like, oh, they rushing the T. Take this shit off the TV, and then we got enough time.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Because I don't give a damn about the Miz. Like, I'm glad Truth won though, but like it's, at the same time, it's like I thought they was gonna actually set up a real play between them two because they've been a tag team, they've been around each other, like they have real history. So like that would have been a moment to kind of make R-Truth a little serious, which I feel like because he's such a fan favorite, would have went over pretty well. Probably would have got
Mm-hmm.
catapulted in the J area doing that storyline because
Mm-hmm.
people want to see a different. Not they're cool with him being funny, but I feel like him getting serious would have been fire. But then they just, as Trey said, they squashed it. So it's like, yeah, I don't care about that shit. And then with the Xavier Woods shit, come on, do it now. Like do it
I
now.
told I told you last week. I'm like, run out of time.
Mhm.
Not now, but right now. Like, come on.
Yesterday.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
All right,
shit.
but and then I think that's pretty much covers Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think we all agree that it was lackluster.